Have you ever looked closely at the famous bell curve? Also known as the normal distribution, it is the most ubiquitous shape in statistics, describing everything from human heights and test scores to measurement errors in quantum physics. But hidden inside this perfectly smooth symmetrical shape is a mathematical surprise, Euler's number, denoted as the letter e. Why would a constant famously known for describing continuous growth and compound interest suddenly appear in the very center of a probability curve? Today, we will unravel this beautiful mathematical mystery and see why statistics relies on it. Let us start by examining the anatomy of the Gaussian function, the intimidating formula that draws the bell curve. The formula looks complex, a fraction at the front, multiplied by e raised to a negative fractional power. In this equation, mu represents the mean or average, which shifts the curve left or right. Sigma is the standard deviation, stretching or squishing the bell depending on the variance of the data. The presence of pi makes sense because we are dealing with areas under a curve. But e? Without Euler's number e, the entire framework of continuous probability would completely collapse. To understand why e is essential here, we must briefly remember what Euler's number actually is. Discovered in the context of continuous compound interest, e is mathematically defined as the limit, as n approaches infinity, of 1 plus 1 over n, all raised to the power of n. Its value is approximately 2.718. The most magical property of e is found in calculus. The derivative of e to the power of x is exactly e to the power of x. It is the only function whose rate of change is perfectly matched to its current value, making it the ultimate mathematical tool for modeling continuous natural processes. Now imagine flipping a coin. If you flip it multiple times, the probabilities of getting different numbers of heads form a discrete shape, resembling blocky bars on a chart. This is the binomial distribution, which is directly linked to the discrete combinations found in Pascal's triangle. But watch what happens as we increase the number of flips. If you flip the coin 100 or 1,000 times, the bars get thinner and closer together. As the number of flips approaches infinity, these discrete, jagged steps magically smooth out into a continuous curve. The bridge crossing the gap between discrete probability and a continuous curve is exactly where e steps in. In the 18th century, mathematicians Abraham de Moivre and Pierre-Simon Laplace made a groundbreaking discovery, mathematically proving this transition. They showed that as the number of trials in a binomial distribution grows to infinity, the complex factorials and discrete combinations morph into a smooth exponential function. This is known as the de Moivre-Laplace Theorem. Through the magic of limits, the discrete algebraic expression mathematically converges directly into e to the power of negative x squared. Euler's number becomes the literal bridge from the discrete world to the continuous continuum. The absolute core engine of the bell curve is the function y equals e to the power of negative x squared. But why this specific arrangement? If we used just e to the power of x, the curve would explode upward to infinity. If we used e to the power of negative x, it would decay to 0, but it wouldn't be symmetrical. By squaring the x, any negative input becomes positive, meaning the left side of the graph perfectly mirrors the right side. The negative sign ensures that as you move away from the center in either direction, the probability exponentially decays towards 0, carving out the perfect symmetrical bell shape. But there is one final puzzle piece to make this a true probability curve. If you integrate e to the power of negative x squared from negative infinity to positive infinity, the total area under that smooth curve is exactly the square root of pi. However, in the strict rules of probability, the total area must equal exactly 1, representing 100% certainty that all possible outcomes are accounted for. To fix this, mathematicians simply divide the entire function by that exact area. That is why the messy fraction containing the square root of pi sits at the front of the formula. It normalizes the curve perfectly. So why is Euler's number deeply embedded inside the bell curve? Because the normal distribution is the ultimate mathematical limit of countless discrete independent random events. Whenever you take infinite discrete steps and zoom out to see the big picture, Euler's number will be there waiting for you. It acts as the Universal Translator, turning the jagged steps of random chance into the beautifully smooth curve of nature. References: The Elements of Statistical Learning by Hastie, Tishbani, and Friedman. Probability Theory: The Logic of Science by E.T. Jaynes.